Oh, Jesus. This about to be a bigger. Let's go. An enigma, alien, unicorn. Truly a sight to see. She goes by vanquish, but you can call her Queen V. And no, she's not vain. Why, that's insane. Ha! She is very humble. We were the pack, no bumble. Jack of all trades, slumber. One day you'll make your little hummer. Ah ha 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 ha.
Noticed I have a very youthful appearance, so I tend to attract old men with kids my age or little boys, guys 21 and under. Ay, Jesus. In 2023, it's sad but true. Many people don't have love for themselves. If they did, they wouldn't stay in loveless relationships and flirt or ultimately cheat with other people. They say everyone has a soulmate, yet if the majority of the human race is being greedy with multiple lovers, will us true single people ever find the one? No, I am not judging anyone's lifestyle until those people try to come waste my time. I might be the last monogamous heterosexual woman on this planet. No, I don't want to join your polygamy. No, I don't want to be your mistress, nor sugar baby. We not about to play like we cousins or bro and sis when you're trying to bang. Like, dating is extremely difficult this day and age. No one is attachment free. Men tend to be mama's boys, have baby mamas, friends with exes, have planned B through Z woman lined up, or longing over an old flame. Then there's the homosexuals who use you for shelter, food, clothes, or money. Don't get me wrong, some will love bomb you to believe their lies. I grew up around a lot of men who were all unfaithful, even those I considered friends. I've heard of those scammer couples who send their partner out to swindle people out of money, gifts, even sanity. I'm terrified to lay next to a misogynistic man at night who hates me. Don't get me started on the macho man. Ooh, we wanna be a macho man. Who portray as alpha male but are secretly on the down low. Then there's the invincible man who think he can have any woman he wants despite hearing otherwise. They love forbidden fruit. No, I am not a man hater nor feminist. I am a realist with great morale. Now, don't let my looks fool you. It looks like I'm having a lot of sex. Really, I'm just fucking stupid. I am currently a sapiosexual, well, always been, and asexual. No one piques my interest except Polo G, that tall drink of muscular water, a younger Ralph Macchio, those Italian veins. Or myself. Like, if they was to clone me and get my BDE to his body, we'd be good. Especially with the word forcing everyone to be happy. Before it became a trend, I believed I was gay. Well, I wasn't attracted to women, just us, which are masculine women who could pass as guys. I prefer touch-me-nots who use strap-ons and only performed oral on me. I was a pillow princess. It seems selfish, but the amount of sexual abuse I've experienced growing up from boys and men turned me off, even if I still consider myself straight. Since then, I've been celibate because I don't give a fuck. Well, after leaving a 4-year relationship with an abusive female who I wanted to be my Prince Charming, saving me from my wicked guardian. She was also a narcissist who was a well-known charmer. I stayed at first to prove everyone wrong, that it could work. Then I was trapped. If I left, Satan's wrath will ruin my life. This is someone you don't walk away from scot-free or unscathed. Who knew women were worse than men? Oh wait, me. I just had to be a hopeless romantic. In the beginning, it was a chance to rebel from people's expectations, experience the world, and learn so much more. She was knowledgeable somewhat, but what happens when a student exceeds the master rather quickly? A true Casanova, her male friends learned from her the game. She wasn't prepared for someone like me, a master detective. I stayed hacking her social media and phone, deleting and blocking millions of females from her messages and DMs, even though she was the initiator. Shorty got around. Once I caught wind of her promiscuity, the romance ended and we became roommates. She preferred older women, but just couldn't resist my naivety. Well, like an idiot, I put her name on my list. Yeah, I paid for everything, including her shoes, clothes, hair, sending Western Union money, Chime, Cash App, PayPal. She would flex it all on Facebook Live, fooling people. The first time it happened was winter, and Dirty Dan locked me out after a huge argument about the obvious, her actions. I needed air, so I walked to the indoor mailbox. A few minutes later, I'm banging on my own door. She opens it after a while and proceeds to belligerently stump and punch me. I was stunned, didn't see that coming. I laid there crying and screaming. Mind you, this is a manly female, so she got the muscles and she pulling hair like, you don't know what's happening. She once fought her sister and ripped her car doors off the hinges and tore apart her windshield, just ripping her car up like, the old me would never. To me now, like, if you want to smoke now, I'm like, I've been on my J-Lo, like, enough is enough. What's up? Nah. We ain't promoting violence. Now, none of my experiences are me playing victim. My actions led to my predicament. I just didn't like confrontation. Now I want all the smoke. No, but I laid there and took it from her, my caregivers, my guardian. The police would come multiple times, but I never wanted to be the reason a black person was put in the system. Sometimes I would almost get fed up enough to complete a claim. This caught the attention of a great domestic violence detective who really wanted to help me out. I tried going to friends, even blood donors for help. They quickly disowned me and took my situation as a joke. Years later, they would welcome another family member and her girlfriend with open arms, despite them being a lesbian version of Blueface and Krishan. I really wanted out. They was gonna let this maniac kill me. When the attacks happened, she went for my face, hair, and neck. Physical beauty. Satan loved to bite. She won't suck her teeth into my brain through my hair and the bone inside my hand. I toughened it out with a Band-Aid. Y'all know I hate hospitals. Or was I just conditioned that way? She was especially antsy when sober, would start an argument to release her aggression onto me while working on her next target, gone days, weeks, months, wherever the money resides. Now, I'm not a complete wuss. I knew why she did it. She had chronic abdominal pain. We were checked into hospitals monthly. She even put herself in a mental hospital. I saw a side of her others didn't. We connected over sexual abuse in our childhood. And I knew she had it harder than me in a world that didn't accept her. I just couldn't fight someone I claimed to love. She would do it sometimes to try to force me to hit her. I knew I had Stockholm Syndrome when she gave me my first black eye and then consoled me. I've never felt a crazier pain. It was excruciating. Felt like my eye was coming out of its socket. SpongeBob made it seem less painful. Well, the second eye was. She always had friends who sat back, watched, and did nothing. She loved to expose my body, portray me as the harlot. Would rip my shirt and bra strap, then stab me in the throat with a metal broomstick. Another time, she ripped my apartment door off the hinges. Beast. While I was in the shower, I rushed out with only underwear. I end up on my knees in a fetal position while she wails on me. Aww. A mansion-style apartment complex filled with people. No one helped. I was just crying and screaming. This incident would help my case a year later involving a restraining order and freedom. Before that, her friend who watched let her kick me out his car in the cold on the east side. I walked to downtown, got in an argument with a hobo about how I wasn't a streetwalker. I cried to the bus driver, looked horrible, had nothing on me. Weirdos talking to me, I almost got snatched. Wouldn't be the last time. They pop up, Follow me down stupid long streets, all the way on the other side of town, on the Upper West Side. She forces me to let her in to grab her things. I used to be way too nice. I got this guy's number once. Then he randomly calls. Months later, she answers. He tell her he hit, and I'm just like, when, Sway? I have zero free time. She once turned a whole campus against me. Little Cedar Point housing complex. The one place I would go to for refuge during the summer. Imagine trying to focus on your college studies and graduate through all this toxicity. Dirty Dan, or Satan, had a way with words. She always knew what to say to keep me codependent and alone. Let this be a lesson. Never tell all your strengths or weaknesses to a stranger. Shorty turned the whole city against me. The greatest con artist of all time, willing to do or say anything to get what she wanted. The landlord of the mansion blamed me, cussed me out, and kicked me out. So I was forced to stay with Satan at a relative's. This was the start of COVID, so I was stuck until the school helped out with housing. I think it runs in the family. Like, her cousin had 2 dudes a day, every day, and neglected her kids. I wanted to call CPS so bad. The big bad wolf couldn't handle somebody her own size and let one of her cousins do rob our most expensive shoes and clothes. I used my COVID relief money to take a mini vacation at a nice hotel with her. In another incident, she told me that her cousin let another dude rob her while I was away. Before ripping my hair, punching me, and choking me in front of her cousin, who had a weird interest in her and hated me, she was amping it up in front of her kids. Dirty Dan hacked my email telling them I didn't need the housing. Then they kicked me out in my pajama shorts, winter coat, and winter boots. Throwing out all my belongings. I'll talk about 3 big totes full of clothes, multiple bags, a CSU laptop. Then they lied to the landlord about having it. I used to be on my bougie bitch. I'm a minimalist now. Like, I gotta be like a tomboy, no nails, nothing, you know. Stay ready so you ain't gotta get ready, P's and Q's and all. And when it's time to hit the jets, I'm through. When you rebel, you start a war, and I want all the heat. Sadly, all my furniture, decor, dishes, etc., I had to give away or leave behind. People will honk and holler at me until a nice woman put me in her warm car. She got me an Uber to a battered woman's homeless shelter. Dirty Dan's mom used to offer me help and then express how much she didn't want me there. I asked her for help, she declined. The same woman who asked her daughter to use my home to cheat. I'm saying, when I finish writing that tell-all book, everybody going down. I know too much. Respectfully. So I had to give away almost 70% of my belongings to even stay at the shelter. I felt encaged. Everything was scheduled. You had a curfew. And that was a target because my stay there was temporary and I stood out like a sore thumb. It wasn't too bad. I was humbled, met some interesting women, and learned a lot about life. I focused on my finals and last assignments. CSU helped so much. The hotspot lasted for 2 years and I was able to borrow the laptop for that long too. Satan broke my phone, so I remained crafty. She got me addicted to marijuana and black amounts, tobacco, to cope with pain in the past. Now I can't stand the smell of tobacco or the taste, and smoking brings my high down. You know, I'm high off life, so it's like a reverse effect. Meditation is my medication. I cried to so many people because unlike other situations, I really direly wanted out and no one cared. What ignited the flame for my Tina Turner showdown against Ike, you might ask? Well, I overheard her explaining why she stayed to a friend. In short, she said I was smart and going places. She knew my overall destiny. She would compare me to Anna, who was treated like scum of the earth by her boyfriend until she discovered her worth. She would later become a very successful world-renowned model and spy. Oops, spoiler. Dirty Dan kept me in the house all the time. That I didn't mind, loner. So I didn't fully know how she got down. Until one night, The housing from the school was temporary and my hometown was dead to me, so I needed a fresh start. I planned on saving money while working/living at CP. She went out one night. I later decided I would go too. Satan was acting brand new. Her friend recommended me 2 shots of very hard liquor. I've always been a lightweight. Clubs and alcohol depressed me, so I left. She moved out our room and I didn't want to be there alone, so I laid on a picnic table. This alerted campus security. News travels fast. Next thing I know, I'm getting dragged in my room and yelled at by her. I'm just crying, throwing up, not feeling good. She takes some things out my purse, then leaves. I passed out in a pool of my own vomit. During her move, I'm running around like a chicken with my head cut off, having panic attacks, breakdowns in front of everybody. Some broad had the nerve to drag my cover across campus. I told her to get her lap dogs so she was going to get ate up. She once convinced me to do shrooms with her and her friends. It was an interesting trip. The world looked beautiful until her friend couple get into an argument. Next thing I know, dude just started beating on shorty. Blood everywhere. She peed on herself. It's a whole park full of kids. I think it was like a soccer team or something. They just watching and it was crazy. And I just fast. I'm crying. I'm like, damn, like, cause I feel hurt. Like, I could relate, but I couldn't do nothing. And the whole night, I'm trying to help this girl and she going crazy and nobody was trying to help her. They mad at me for trying to help her. It was just too much. That's the thing. I can take my own. I can't see it from other people. I can't. I'm going to have to stop that. Like, I can't. She would later get in a fight with this same girl about her dude. Suspicious I ain't in it. I don't know what they doing over there. But her other curious friend, who played like she was mine, was rubbing on me and I turned down her advances. Later that night, she twerking and grinding on Satan. I black out and I push Dirty Dan on everybody on that dance floor. She licked her fingers to wipe off everybody's shoes. She let her please everybody else. Charming. More like kiss ass. She fake chased after me. Her friend couple followed me to the back. I walk away and go sit at the bar. A random dude rubbed my leg. Then some stud say something like she'll let you. I walk away teed. I get in Satan's face again, going off. I don't take disrespect from men lightly. And it was her job to protect me from that happening. If a dude try to lay hands on me, I will kill him. She get me out the club. I smile. It's what I wanted. She was kicked out for lighting an incense in the dorm. After she loved by me and used her PUA money to buy us matching shoes, 2, and me 1 outfit for the first time ever. She would quickly run out of that money and eventually hold my items hostage, then resell them. Truly vile. I felt indebted to help, so I spent my last paycheck on a motel room for about 2 to 3 weeks while applying for apartments, plus me and her jobs. I always did her applications to get her great restaurant jobs, even created her resume. She loved walking out and quitting. I switch jobs often too, but it's for more experience and I can't stand a toxic work environment. I even did her mom's once. No gratitude there. Coincidentally, we met at work. A temp job I was working during the school year. I really liked the job, but it got awkward with us both working there. So one of us had to walk away. I would walk right into my new job of house slave. When it all came crumbling down, she got my niece to turn against me and get us kicked out of the hotel. I end up in her girlfriend's car. Long story short, they schemed to leave me outside. I get off work from my new job, still waiting for housing to go through. I'm texting my niece at 3 p.m. It just stops. Messages saying delivered for 24 hours. Everybody playing dumb. I'm blowing everybody's phone up. I used to sit outside all day until the car was available. I had nowhere to go. The motel I used to sit by was unlocked and self-service. I snuck in before the doors locked at 2 a.m. Hid under the abandoned desk, cried myself to sleep, awake, repeat. I called Satan for the last time just to hear her say, I told you so, you shouldn't have kicked me out. It was the final straw. As soon as daylight hit, I rushed out, caught the bus to my new job's housing complex. I sat in the lounging area for 2 to 3 hours waiting for management to open and me to get my key. After being homeless for 3 weeks, not including the month at her cousin's house, or the week and a half at the shelter. The messed up part about it is, despite my blood dogging me like I'm a stranger in front of her girlfriend daily, when I came up, I still blessed them. During the case, she pleaded insanity and I finally spoke up. I am now beyond scared straight, single and don't want to mingle. I tried getting back out there with this guy I thought was cool. My fake gave me seduced them, and then he ditched her, so watching that desperado act, I was turned off and over both of them. That's why me so solo, dolo, hey, me stay solo, dolo. Now I'm cold as that motel floor. If you ain't struggle with me then, don't expect to prosper with me now. And that's that on that, period. To quote a quote from my favorite tearjerker movie, Passion of the Christ, she was wounded for our transgressions, crushed for our iniquities. By her wounds we are healed.